Just Green here, Tungsten Tales. We've got Steve Beaton, looking very relaxed as ever. Steve, just tell us, first of all, Steve, been in lockdown, obviously. How's it been for yourself?
It's been strange, really, because you just don't know how long it was going to be for. I thought maybe a month or two, but it's gone on for quite a long time now. So, I don't really see an end to it. I don't know what's going to happen. I think most of it's going to be behind closed doors for a long time, I think.
Bit of a strange one for a darts player, with that obviously being your full-time job. How do you deal with that being your sole income when there isn't obviously the tournaments and things on to play?
Obviously, we were furloughed for a couple of months because of being a limited company and that lot. But yeah, I mean, I can't do exhibitions. We're really stuck really on what we can do. I mean, we were lucky with the match play. I didn't play that well, but I mean, I was glad to be in that tournament. And then we had the Milton Keynes one where we had the series of 5 Pro Tours. I was hoping that they'd probably do that again instead of this next one in Hildesheim, because the one coming up in Hildesheim now, I still don't know whether it's going to be on or off at the moment.
Yeah, you say Hildesheim, obviously they found a bit of a home in Milton Keynes, so to take it out for 5 days to Hildesheim does seem a little strange considering the sort of restrictions over there.
Yeah, I mean, I know they've got to look after the foreign side as well, but somebody put on the other day, half the players are English and the others are split over 16, 17 countries, so, okay, might be a bit, just being in our country, but at least we could have, with this next one coming up, if Germany's suddenly going to, one of the exemptions, then, I can't see the tournament going ahead.
Mm-hmm. How did you find that summer series? I mean, obviously 5 days of consecutive darts. What was it like for you? Because I know for lots of players it was very different to what you usually see.
Yeah, I mean, it was great to get to playing again. But yeah, I mean, it was a bit of a once you'd lost, you had to go back to your room. You couldn't go out of the building, which was a bit, it was like either hotel room or playing darts. It was a bit weird, and I mean, there was obviously a bar, but you can't sit in the bar all day long. It was one of them situations. It was great to get a few games going again, but when we played the match play, it was a little bit different. We could actually go out to the restaurants, obviously keep your distance and do like everybody else is doing. But that was a little bit better. You weren't feeling into lockdown on that one. So I'm hoping if they do it again, that maybe we'll be able to still go out, just to the shops or to the restaurant, something to eat. Because there's only so much hotel food you can eat after a while.
Yeah, I was the same at the match play. I mean, it was nice to be able to get out, but it is constantly the same thing over and over again. How did you find the match play? Because obviously you've played many match plays down in Blackpool. What were the differences? Obviously with the crowd not being there as well.
Obviously, yeah. I mean, obviously it was different, no crowd there now. I think they did a good job though, with the background crowd and that lot, and making it so it wasn't so quiet. There was a bit of an atmosphere. I was a bit annoyed with the way I played, really. I mean, I missed a few doubles, and even we got to 9-all. All I needed was a couple of good legs there, but it just didn't happen. Me and Adi both played well at the beginning. I was surprised about how well Adi played at the start. I was expecting him maybe to go off a little bit if I'd have took advantage, but I didn't really take advantage to get the lead on him, and he just kept pinging him out like he always does, and. But yeah, it was great to be in the tournament. I didn't really want to miss it.
Was it a bit of a shock on that entrance when there was just nothing, no crowd there? You could just hear the buzz in the background. What was it like walking into the arena?
You can't shake hands with anybody because there's nobody to shake hands with. There's nobody really to look around to see. It is quite funny. And I mean, you couldn't even go up and just shake the ref's hand with the markers or anything, so it was strange, but it's just one of them things, nobody's seen this coming, and I'm hoping they'll find a solution and an antidote, and maybe we can get back to normal again.
Obviously, during lockdown, we've seen a lot of players put significant effort into losing weight. Michael Smith, Adrian Lewis, just two of the names. Many years ago, you were the marathon man, of course. How important is that in terms of the darts?
Yeah, I mean, a few years ago, me and Dave Allen did a run and that lot, and yeah, I mean, I've always tried to keep sort of fit, but it is hard with its week in, week out with the darts. You know, every weekend, you know, you only get a few days at home during the week. So, you know, it's been nice in a way. Like since April, I've had a chance to, you know, think of what else I can do. You know, I can't just sit around and do anything. I'm not one of them sort of people. So I started cycling a bit more, and I did that most days because the weather's been great as well. So we've been fortunate that way. Also, I do a bit of gardening. I don't mind potting around the garden. I like being outside as well. So combining the both, I mean, and then the gym's open then, so that was great. So now, even today, I cycled for about 10, 15 miles up to the pool, had a swim for an hour, and then cycled back. So, you know, that's been morning done, and then the rest of the day I'll probably have a practice this afternoon or something, and then roll on tomorrow and do the same thing again. And it's just a matter of waiting game when it's all going to start again, really.
Yeah. Well, obviously, we know what the darts environment's like, and you mentioned the calendar there. Do you think that's a sort of a big factor in players not being able to, and maybe not even wanting to get fit because the calendar is so exhausting in a normal environment anyway?
Yeah, I mean, you've obviously if if you're carrying a bit of weight, it is hard work, you know, and you know, I think, you know, a lot of the players have took this chance now to, you know, have a go, you know, maybe lose a little bit of weight and you know, keeping themselves fit. You know, can't do you any harm. I mean, like I say, they are long days, some of these, you know, with the darts, you know, over the weekend, you know, you're probably playing Friday, Saturday and Sunday. And if you do well in the tournament, you could be throwing for 5 or 6 hours in a day. So it's quite a long day. So you need to be physically fit in a way. I'm sure if anybody's, you know, not a really dart player but had a go at throwing darts, you know, if they throw darts for an hour the next day, they probably can't even move their arm. You know, it's one of them things, and I think it's a bit of a fitness side to it as well. You know, other people might agree, but you know, I think it is long days, and you know, your stamina, you know, will show in the end.
In terms of what we've got left on the PDC calendar, obviously we've talked about the Autumn Series in Hildesheim, but you've got the likes of the Grand Prix, we've got the likes of the Grand Slam of Darts coming up. Obviously, the hope is that there may be small numbers of crowds there, but it looks as though those events should be taking place. Obviously, you're hoping to be in those tournaments.
Yeah, I mean, all the Premier League now, they're starting sooner. That's all going to be behind closed doors. And we're going to try to like use Scotland and all that lot, but obviously that's all being put behind closed doors now. There was a glimmer with the snooker the other week, you know, with you know, there being a crowd for the finals. So, you know, you keep thinking, you know, maybe it will happen with the Worlds. I think you've got to really look towards the Worlds now, if anything. I don't know about the Grand Prix. I think that's coming up too quickly. I don't think we'll be seeing many of a crowd there. But, you know, hopefully the Worlds, you know, I mean, it wouldn't be the same Worlds without nobody there, really, you know, because we're so used to having 4,000 or 5,000 people there all the time. It'd be really strange. But I think it's next month with this Hildesheim one, I'm fingers crossed it'll go ahead. And that'll be the sort of a ranking for the World Grand Prix, because nobody really knows who's in the Grand Prix at the moment. Obviously, the top 16 are, but the 16 places for grabs. But until we know what's happening next month, it's a bit up in the air at the moment.
Yeah, just one more on the World Championships. So it'd be so different without the chance of boring tables and all the chance you get from the crowd. It'd be so strange to play such a big tournament and such a crowd favourite tournament without anybody there. I can't imagine it being without the crowd.
Yeah, I mean, it was strange. I mean, they did the World Snooker, didn't they, with nobody there, and you know, fair play. You've still got to keep these sports going, you know, for the bookies and everything, you know. And I just don't know really like I said, they've got to find an antidote for this cure, or you know, it's just, it could just go on forever. That, you know, we'll have to keep these distances and things like that. I mean, I suppose they could do it with half the crowd or 1,000 people in there. I don't know what Barry's ideas of doing it are going to be like, but you know, as long as the darts keeps being shown on the telly, it's, you know, as long as I can be part of it, it'd be great.
Yeah. Well, brilliant. I appreciate your time, Steve. Nice to know you're doing 10, 15 miles on the bike. Not bad at all, eh?
I didn't do that at the beginning. I was like 5 or 6 miles. I was puffing a bit, but I've got used to it a bit now, so it's been better.
All right. Appreciate your time, Steve. Thank you very much.
Okay, cheers. Thanks.